Go on then, Nanny.
Yeah, no, it is all Man City across the back pages. Treble decker headline on the back of the Star. Storm delay fails to dampen spirits on a special night. The back of the Times also has a great picture of Pep Guardiola. You mentioned it, Ray, cigar in mouth, and their headline is Pep and City lights up Manchester. But Ray, with you in the studio, a Tuesday treat. Let's talk Declan Rice. Story in the Guardian. They say Arsenal are now very close to agreeing a fee with West Ham for Declan Rice and are expected to pay more than £100 million for the midfielder if certain add-ons are achieved. Go back to January, the McElhenney deal. Looked like Arsenal were dead certain to sign him. In the end, Chelsea came in, spent a little bit more. He went to Stamford Bridge. Are you convinced as an Arsenal fan that if West Ham say 110, 115, because of how good he is, Arsenal will say we're not messing about now, we've got to strengthen this squad to get close to Man City, we're going to pay the money?
I look at the situation now. I think the owners know they've got the right manager. And if Edu and the manager say, look, we desperately need... I think they'll find the money somehow. The problem we're going to have is what they else need. They need a striker, probably. Yeah. Ali, do you agree with that? Yeah. I mean, Jesus was injured last season. Eddie's done a brilliant job when he come in, but he still need another striker.
I think you're
certainly,
right,
especially if you're in the Champions League. Top. So that's going to be the problem. Is this all the budget they've got? I don't know. I mean, I know Xhaka probably will move on and other players might leave. Whether Thomas Partey stays there, I don't know.
Not a centre-back, Ray. Do you think you need another centre-back?
Well, Saliba, it looks like he's signing, which is good news as well for the club. Maybe another centre-half, you're right. So that's the problem. It's going to take up all your budget if you get Declan Rice. But he's a very important player going forward, and I can see him in a totally different role when he comes if he went to Arsenal, because they have a lot more possession, and I think he will get forward a lot more. You might see more skills around the box more than when you're playing in a relegation battle, Ali. You know you've got to defend a little bit more at times, and I think they'll have more of the ball. So I really hope they get him.
I think it'll be a great signing.
It's all down to him, really, because I'm sure lots of clubs will come in. We've heard Bayern Munich wants to do the deal. Whether Man City, I don't know. Manchester United have been linked to him, but it's where he probably wants to stay. And if he wants to stay in London still, then obviously Arsenal massive favourites to get him.
Okay, what else, Sammy? One more?
Yeah, one more story in the Mail. Brendan Rodgers.
Celtic.
Sit down. Celtic's major shareholder in London to discuss a return to Parkhead. Daily Mail say the chief executive and finance director spoke to the Northern Irishman on Saturday. He's currently in Mallorca. This is after being sacked by Leicester back in April. And however, following positive talks with the club where he won 7 trophies between 2016 and 19, he will now travel to London to meet with Celtic before reaching a final decision. Of course, Celtic looking for a new manager after Postecoglou joined Tottenham.
Who's that?
Who was it?
Why do you always laugh when I say that?
No, just
got to say it right.
give us it again.
And Postecoglou.
There's like an extra syllable in there.
See,
what? Go on.
Give me that again.
No, I've been away. They're going.
You've at least got 2 more vowels and a consonant in there.
Who did it better, Sam or Clive? I'm not sure.
Oh, go on. Ray, Bell.
Go find the one.
Postecoglou, by the way.
I wasn't
Postecoglou. Ray, honest to God, Woody and I last week, we couldn't keep a face to Clive with Clive Allen on, and he had about 8 goes at it, didn't he? Right. And during that way, Clive's a right nice fella, so we couldn't say to him, but we and we get caught laughing, didn't we? We get caught in the camera laughing. Anyway, I'm going to answer your question, preemptive question. He'd be brilliant, I think. I mean, I think Brendan's a great coach. The only thing I'll say to you, there's a good section of Celtic support not happy.
No.
They weren't happy with
when he left?
Yeah, they weren't happy when he left, and they think the manner he left, wasn't acceptable. And I would think that would come into Brendan's thoughts. I don't care what anybody says, it would come into Brendan's thoughts. However, listen, as Martin, I heard Martin and Neil talking the other day there, if Brendan went back there and start winning games of football and start winning trophies, then
of course,
that's the most important thing.
Do you think he needs to go back?
He needs to.
I don't think he needs. No, I don't think he needs to get another Premier League job next season.
I would think he can get a Premier League job. I would.
It's a massive club, though, isn't it? So
it's
hard to turn down, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like Rangers. Rangers are Celtic around the world, are massive. So
Put it this way,
Champions
I
League.
thought at
not as
one
big as
point-
West Ham, but they're massive.
At one point, it was linked to the Spurs job, and I wouldn't have been shocked at all. I would have thought that was quite a good move, actually, for both parties involved. So definitely get another Premier League job. I don't know, I think that would depend. The thing is, Ali, like, if he goes back into Celtic, I understand, because I remember when it all happened and they really weren't happy with him, because they were going for 10, weren't they?
Yes.
And it sort of like got in the way of it. If he went back and then they won the league again, would they forget quite quickly?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Football's fickle like that, isn't it?
Football fans are fickle. It doesn't matter what club it is. They're generally speaking, they're fickle.
Yeah.
But it definitely would come into his thoughts. I mean, what we heard was Brendan going back and maybe taking Scott Brown as his number 2. Scott's
on side.
Yeah, he's at Fleetwood, and Scott's been doing his managerial stuff at Fleetwood. So, I mean, that would make sense, but it's a big decision he's got to make.
It's a big decision. It was also a big word that you tried to pronounce earlier on.
Do you want to go for it again, Sam?
Go on.
Who's new?
No.
Sports manager?
No, it's
Go on.
definitely time for an ad break. The news and sport coming up.
Give
Laura,
it- give
I
it
think,
one.
isn't
Give
it?
it
come on,
one
one
go.
last
No, I've been away.
Who's the other one we struggle with?
Go on.
The manager. Hassan Hutul.
Oh, that was the best. That was brilliant.
You
wasn't it?
do.
He got told every name. No, me and Alan. But one day we both got him
It
wrong.
was great.
Shall we ask Clive Allen? How do you say it? Go on, ask Clive Allen.
Ange Postecoglou is
It's the hesitation, isn't it? It's the hesitation that kills it. Oh, bless him.
How fickle are we? Never been football
terrible, aren't
fans.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.